When you're looking at your financial statements and you feel like it's speaking a completely different language, everyone does not like that feeling. This agent will let you chat with your financial statements. No more going line item by line item, looking month by month, trying to find an expense, trying to figure out the total you spent on traveling, groceries, eating out, whatever the case may be. Now you can chat with your financial statement. This gives you so much more flexibility because you can get answers immediately. You can even ask it for insights. For example, I'm trying to save 10% this month. What would you recommend? It will look through your expenses and recommend a course of action for you. I hope you find this build useful. Let's get to it. Learning this stuff alone is tough. That's why I created a private community where you can get answers, share your wins, and connect with people on the same journey. Join us. The link is in the description. I'll see you inside. We'll click the plus. These are nodes here. And we will go ahead and add a trigger manually node. So every time we click this, it will execute the workflow and the thing that we're asking it to do. So here in the edit field node, what we're doing is just putting file name. And for the value, I'm going to put the URL of a Google Drive Excel file that I have that just includes all my financial data. So all my bank statements, I just drop in the Google Drive file and it will just pull that information from the URL. Clicking the plus again, we will add Google Drive. Here we will do download file. I connected my Google Drive account. You can check the channel. There is a 2-minute video to set up your Google Drive account, walks you through how to connect that. So since I'm connected, if I click from the list, it will just show me a bunch of documents in my Google Drive. I have that option to find the document and select it. I can also just paste the URL. So I have my financial data in a file and I'm updating that on Google Drive, and I'll just drop the URL here so that we can connect it to the Pinecone vector store, which we will add next. So I'll put the URL. Next node we want to do is Pinecone vector store. Add documents to vector store because we're adding the financial documents from Google Drive to the vector database. So I connected my Pinecone account here, and I'll just quickly walk you through what it would be like to set this up for the first time. This is the page. You can go ahead and sign up here. You can use Gmail, different email credentials, and once you sign up, it'll take you to a dashboard. We're on the dashboard now, and you can see the database. We have some indexes here. You can go ahead and create an index, and once you click create an index, you can kind of name it. So we could say test index, name it whatever you want. And for this, the 3 small is more than enough for the embedding model. Dimensions 1536, important to move that if we're using OpenAI here. And you can just leave all of this as is. So you just click create an index, and here you go. You see you have your test index now in Pinecone. You want to come over here to the left to API keys. Click on that. It'll present you with your API credentials. You can copy and paste those over into N8N, and that will allow N8N to talk to Pinecone. Back here in N8N, I went ahead and connected my API for Pinecone. So now N8N and Pinecone can speak to each other. And from the list here, if I just drop it down, I will be able to see all of my indexes, and I can go ahead and select the index that I created for my personal finances. So we went ahead and selected test index, and we will use that. And now for the embedding model, we did OpenAI 3 small, and we'll go ahead and keep that as is. Now for the document, we want to use the default data loader. We are not sending JSON. We are sending, you can go ahead and select binary. If you're not sending it in JSON, if you're sending PDFs or images, etc., you just go ahead and select binary. And we can leave all of this as is, or actually we want to move this to custom. For the text splitter, we will use the recursive text splitter. Chunk size, this is splitting off the data into chunks and storing it into the database. So we can leave it at 1,000 for this, and we can just add a little overlap of 100. Just keep the continuity of the data. If you ever have any questions on the information you're storing or how large your chunk size should be or your chunk overlap, you can just literally go ahead and ask ChatGPT or DeepSeek or whatever LLM, your Gemini, and just ask it, hey, what would you suggest for the chunk size? This is what I'm doing. I'm uploading my personal finances, how many files I have, or if you're uploading books or whatever you're uploading, you can go ahead and ask it and it'll give you a appropriate size. Continuing on, we will add a question and answer chain. So here we are. We just leave that stock. And why are you over there? The model we want to add to it, you can select any model that you want. We will go ahead and use 4.1 mini for this, more than enough to speak to your personal finances. Retriever, we will add our Pinecone retriever. So we will add the vector store retriever, vector store, we will add the Pinecone vector store here. And now again, from this list, if we click the drop down, you will see the index, the test index in this case, but that contains my finances. And we went ahead and added that. And for the embedding model, we would just do OpenAI's embedding model. We add the 3 small, great. And the final item we want to add is a chat trigger. So we can just go ahead, connect this. Now, if we execute this workflow, we just come up here, click the play button, and this will just run through the whole process. It'll download the file from Google Drive and it will store it to the Pinecone vector database here. So click play. It's executed. So we have downloaded a file, which is a fictitious financial statement from Google Drive, stored it in our vector database in Pinecone. And now we're going to go ahead and chat with the financial statement as if you were chatting with, say, ChatGPT. So if we just come down here and we chat, we can say, and I just asked ChatGPT to generate me a financial statement, so I have no idea what's on there. Want to see faster results? My community is packed with people who are already building and automating. Get access to their strategies and shortcuts. We're diving deep into the topics and I'm sharing all the best strategies. Join us. The link is in the description. I'll see you inside. There we go. I spent almost $1,100. Delta Airlines, Airbnb in Chicago, and Marriott in Chicago. So it's already reading the financial statement. I'm just talking to it. How much did I spend on food this month? It's got a whole bunch of different transactions there for food. And now you can add intelligence to this. So how can I... Quick pause. If this video is remotely helpful, hit the subscribe button and we'll level up together. Say I'm saving for a trip, right? I want to hit my goal. I will say, how can I save 10% on my monthly expenses? Now you have a personal assistant. It'll look through your statement. It's using OpenAI's model to look and say, hey, you're actually maybe spending a little bit too much here. You should think about something different. So let's see what it says to me. To save 10% on your monthly expenses, you should reduce dining out, cook more at home. Look at your subscriptions, Netflix, Spotify, YouTube Premium. Look to purchase groceries in bulk. Travel expenses, you can always cut ways. Cutting back on a few dining options, pausing a subscription or two, and finding deals at the grocery store. If you do that over the course of the year, you will save for your travel trip that you're planning. We set this up in less than 5 minutes. Now you can talk to your financial statements. This can help you stay aligned with maybe goals that you have in terms of spending, saving. And the important thing that I think is the greatest value unlock here is adding the model to your financial statements. So it will uncover maybe things that you glance over, you're not necessarily looking at in detail in your financial statements, or it's not connecting because you're not spending too much time looking at it in terms of ways to save or things that you can do more efficiently or things that you can get more value from. So I like coming in and just talking to it and asking, are there any optimizations that you see in terms of cutting back or saving here or being more efficient there? And it'll always give me an interesting answer at the end of the month. And I'll always think, kind of when I'm going through my month, that really makes a lot of sense. So maybe if you do get the impulse purchase where you're doing XYZ, you can really think back. You have that on your list now because it gave you the exact amount of money that you're spending on impulse purchases, and you want to cut back on, just stopping at CVS buying a bunch of candy because it saves you calories and money. That's a good value add and value unlock. So I hope you see the power of this. It literally took 5 minutes to set up. If you implement it in your life, the returns are significant in terms of health and wealth. So I hope you found the build useful, and I'll see you in the next one.